That's right, we're talking even more about the Mario movie today, because as one of my favorite things of the past year, you might even say I'm a bit of a fan of it. I'm sorry. Alright, let's get to the point. I recently came across a couple of Twitter accounts that, from people who are involved in the pre-production of the movie, and they've been posting some amazing early concept art for the film, so let's go ahead and get me out of the way so we can show off some of this art I want to talk about. First up, it comes to us by way of @MeganRoseRuiz, along with @The Art of Travis, both of whom I'll link in the description below if you want to check out this art for yourself. Again, incredible work from these two, especially as one who loves the movie, and it's fun seeing some of the ideas that went into the film, including ideas that were cut or were changed or were otherwise, maybe act as inspiration for some parts of the film at least. But it's fun to see what they were exploring before the movie went into proper production. So first of all, Megan brings us some concept paintings from the super early in development that didn't make it into the final film. Now, it's interesting that Megan says this, because if you look at it, it does have some resemblance to something in the final film, being this rainbow road. In fact, the entire thing seems to be a pathway here, and there's these Mario Kart-like markers on the ground, suggesting this may have been perhaps part of a rainbow road sequence, or maybe a different sequence once planned for the film, or they could have been exploring different art. In any case, it's interesting to see this because it seems to be all underwater. You have like coral and different aquatic life surrounding it, and this awesome underwater castle before like seemingly bursts apart, revealing Rainbow Road. So maybe this is part of the secret pathway that Cranky Kong talks about before they get to Rainbow Road. Again, who knows, but it's awesome looking at this, especially, by the way, because as this commenter points out, there is a sidestepper you can see here, being the Mario Brothers crab-like enemy, which doesn't appear in the final film at all. So it's fun to see, what they have been exploring at some point for the potential of the film. Moving on, we got some topiary designs for the Mario movie from Megan, most of which, as far as I know, didn't make it into the film. I do especially love these Mario World style mountains, just because anything that reminds me of Mario World is a good thing. So most of these, as far as I know, didn't make it into the film, but I did take a quick look, and at least the cube one there, look at that. That at least did make it into the film, which we can see right there. Isn't that cool? So yeah, I appreciate that at least some of it made it in. Let's continue onward, because that's why we're here. Alright, here we go. Here we get into the really good stuff. We get an early look at Baby Peach entering the Mushroom Kingdom for the first time. And this looks to be extremely faithful to the final version. Peach does have a slightly different nightgown on, or night gear. But what is really cute is she's holding this Fairy Tales book, which we actually get a closer look at down here, which has basically her castle on top of a giant hill, just like in the movie. So it may have been that this was the inspiration for her building her castle on top of a giant hill in the movie. Really cute detail. I love it. It's not in the final film, but it's cute that they were thinking of making that, giving it that explanation. Otherwise, again, this is very faithful to the original, but interestingly, based on the sketches that Megan posts, Megan had considered exploring a different idea with a Baby Peach coming out of a vertical warp pipe instead. Minor change, but otherwise, no matter which version of this, it all looks very similar. Let's continue on. Past that, here we go. Here we have one from Travis, where he posts the early bedroom design from Mario and Luigi's room, and we can see it is actually extremely faithful to the final version. We have like old school posters here, all kinds of Nintendo merchandise and memorabilia, like the Star Fox R-Wing. I don't know if we can quite tell what game Mario's playing there, at least from the scale I have it at now. But yeah, in spirit at least, very faithful. We have a daytime version as well instead of the nighttime version, so it looks like they considered making it a daytime scene. And yeah, just a lot of cute gear, a lot of stuff, just a really, yeah, cute design that I love that they retained it. We can see the sketch design for it, and we even get a breakdown of all the references here. So Star Fox definitely made the cut, although they moved the R-Wing to on top of the TV. Excite Bike also in the final version. Let's see, Metal Storm, I believe that may or may not be there. It's been a while since our whole in-depth Easter egg video, so I don't fully remember. I don't know if this one made the cut either, but a lot of this is definitely still in there. And including things that we couldn't, I think, even see in the final film, or rather, this includes things that we may not have been able to see in the final film, I should mention. We have a Mario Kart lightning item reference here, it seems. There we go, on the side of the NFL helmet. We have a bed sheet. Wow, the bed sheet is apparently even a reference to the hills from the background, the new Super Mario Bros. 2. We have a tennis racket from Mario Tennis. a brick design in the pattern of the light lamp in the lamp, which I don't believe is there in the final film, but I did notice a similar pattern on the bowls that they used in the kitchen. Anyways, I'm not gonna go through all these, but it is interesting to see how faithful that is to the final version. Let's continue onward. We have 2 fountains from Megan. So this one looks, it looks like they're floating actually. So maybe that's why it didn't get used. You know, or maybe they didn't explore the concept far enough. The other, oops, sorry, got ahead of myself here. The other art is of Fountain and Toads. Very cute once again, but as far as we know, or seemingly they didn't make it into the final film. So continuing on, we have a bunch of exploration for Peach's garden for the Mario movie, which is presumably where the fountains would have been. So let's go ahead and skip past the sketch art. Ooh, that is quite beautiful, I have to say. I'm actually getting Disney vibes, especially with the staircases that flank the castle, like at the Magic Kingdom at Disney World. And I love the gardens out front, which actually is a little bit evocative of the castle in Disneyland Paris. And yeah, really cute design. So they I think they almost simplified it for the final version. Like there's no fountain out front. So that's really interesting to see that they kind of really honed in on the more core elements rather than all the you know, decorations and whatnot. And you can see some sketch art for it here as well. And we actually have more here, more exploration of Peach's design, or Peach's castle design, with Mario seemingly entering the front of it. I like this little heart shape in the bricks. The floating bricks form this really cute heart shape, and along with just this half circle type archway. So yeah, again, really cute stuff. We have a lookout from Travis again, the Punch-Out Pizzeria. They say that they had a ton of fun designing this one. One of the first character moments I painted for the Mario Brothers movie, and loaded with loads of Easter eggs for all the Nintendo heads out there. And boy, did they ever! We spent a little while on this scene breaking it down. And we can see that, again, this is very faithful to the original, including tons of classic Nintendo references. I mean, largely based around Punch-Out. We also have Duck Hunt here, both of which made the cut, and also as a huge fan of Nintendo classics. As you can see on my shirt, I was happy to see, you know, all this classic stuff. Now there is, they include a breakdown here. You know, we have some sketch work, but they also include a breakdown of the Easter eggs, and most of which, again, made the cut. I don't know if baseball made the cut here. I believe we said that in Mario's bedroom, if I remember correctly. But I think they really kept it on, largely on Punch-Out, besides some obvious differences, you know, along with Duck Hunt, because they also had the Jumpman arcade game they mentioned here. The flagpole, we pointed out, although it's not, as far as I can tell, it wasn't here in the final movie. It ended up being farther in the back. What's interesting is they point out that the barrel here is a reference to DK. Now, we did notice a barrel, but we didn't bother pointing out the Easter egg, because it could have just been a barrel. But now we know it was intended to be an actual Donkey Kong reference. Plus, we get plenty of other DK barrels in the Donkey Kong sequence. Now, here is something interesting. The ATM machine is apparently a reference to the NES. I did not realize this, because if you go to the movie, and as you can see, they definitely toned down the detail. It doesn't have that distinctive gray stripe, dark gray stripe going down the side, which really limits the ability to make that connection to the NES. Otherwise, it's still gray, but as are most ATM machines. The only other major tell for me is the logo here, which is a little evocative of the standard NES logo, or Nintendo logo rather, but it's not an oval, and again, it's kind of just basic looking too. So they really did tone down the detail on that for the final movie, to the point, I don't know if it's really still an Easter egg, but it's fun to see that it definitely at least began as one. Also, Mario World style fire flowers right here on the DK barrel, which I don't believe are in the movie. We didn't catch them if they are. I don't think you can see enough of it there. I think you can see a bit of the barrel, and from what I can tell, there wasn't anything on it, but you know, I didn't do a super deep dive before this video to double check that. But again, fun detail that they included even like some more off the wall designs of classic Nintendo elements. Alright, let's continue onward. Megan says, a little moment with the Toads credited with working in the Mario movie. I love the MooMoo Cows. The MooMoo Meadows cows. Look at this. Lovely design. And also, some interesting lore here, because that is Peach's castle in the background. So seemingly, this cow field, this farm area, is near Peach's castle, which again, is not in the final movie. Also, the turnips are of course on Mario 2. They're also stacking different fruits and vegetables or whatever on top too. And look at the Toads in their little farmer outfits. Aren't they adorable? I freaking love that. Let's take a look at the rest of this. Yeah, we can see more Mario 2 turnips. They're fishing here for Cheep Cheeps, which I guess that makes sense because, you know, Toads gotta eat, right? And we also see them basking in the sun in this flotation device, which again, none of this made it into the final movie, which is sad. I love the cows, I want them to be canonized in the Mario movie. Please. Alright, Megan, thank you for giving them some attention. Continuing on. Oh, we also got the Mario, hold on, sorry, I gotta go back. We also got the sheep from Mario Odyssey, though there is a reference to them in the diner, or in the Mario's family's living room, dining room scene. Now, we have seen this one before from Travis, saying this is the OG sewer tunnel entrance. For this concept, I wanted to show off how we could utilize classic textures and iconic design elements from the original Mario Brothers games in a more believable way for the movie. Also came up with the broken brick 8-bit Mario head gag here, which is awesome. I love this because it is even more pronounced here than it is in the movie. We caught that pretty quickly in our Easter egg video and tons of other videos, but I love this. You can see the graffiti featuring Mario elements like the stars here, question blocks, which really doesn't make a whole lot of sense actually, because who would know this stuff? Did someone travel to Mushroom Kingdom before then graffiti it here? In any case, I love, I really do love how this looks. We can see why they stepped away from it for the final movie because they ended up in the sewers first. But I just love how this looks with the train track, you know, continuing through the, breaking through the tunnel, which was paved up originally. So it seems like they had a different idea here, where Mario and Luigi stumbled across it in a different way, which, you know, is kind of interesting. So I wonder what the original plot was for that. Was there not a flood in New York? It seems like there wasn't. So we also have like a TV here, an older TV, which is fitting for the old school references here. What looks to be another barrel here. I think that's a Bullet Bill icon. Again, just purely concept art. I'm sure they're having fun with it, but I love how this looks all the same. Moving on, we get another one from Megan. It's raining in the Mushroom Kingdom, created while working on the Mario movie. Look at these cute little, look at these, oh my god, they're Mario World style umbrellas. It's like the top half of one of the mountains, and you can see the eyes from it, and even like the clouds that would be behind it or in front of it, I guess. So I love that. And look at the brick texture on the ground too. It almost gives, look at the reflection. Toad is 8-bit reflecting in the, his reflections like an 8-bit style. Also, is this like a lamppost here? The vine to the lamp is really cute. Maybe a little too much. Maybe that's why they pull back a little bit on some of those Easter eggs, but I love how much this captured the spirit of especially old school Mario. We can see the sketch work for it here as well. And yeah, we can more clearly see the lampposts. Those are amazing. Those should be at Super Nintendo World, honestly. So those are really cute design. Alright, moving on. Travis, once again, with the Brooklyn 1-1 scene, side-scroller sequence designed for the Mario movie. So let's see if can I even zoom in here? Here we go. We're gonna open that as a new tab. Look at this. Look at this. So this is the whole 1-1 sequence where we see when Mario and Luigi's van doesn't work and they have to race to the job. We got Punch-Out Pizza there. We can see them going through the construction zone, and it looks this seems to be extremely faithful. You have the part where Mario crosses over the construction workers on the hanging beam, suspended beam. You got the staircase, and they even end up at Castle Burger at the end. Very faithful. I love how this looks, and I love that they actually sketched out, you know, to the point where it looks like one of those old school Nintendo Power guides where you had the full course mapped out. We can also see a distinctive icon for the cross symbol here, maybe a crosswalk symbol. Looks to be like a Mario jumping type thing. Any other details that were cut or changed? I'm trying to see. Otherwise, the Game & Watch symbols are not here, so those were actually an additional element that they added. But yeah, again, really cute, love it, and how it ends at the flagpole, or the Castle Burger sign, really great stuff. Again, like in the movie. So again, very faithful. Let's go and close that, and we're going to continue onward to, we already looked at this, the fountains. Here we go. Here's some Rainbow Road exploration, created while working on the Mario movie, again from Megan. So we get an early look at something that is very evocative of the final film. You know, curving Rainbow Road, in the sky, of course. We have a race with the Koopas there. These are friendlier looking Koopa Troopas than in the movie, though. And also they were riding primarily motorbikes, either motorbikes or bigger carts, not these tiny Mario Kart-like cars. Mario's the only one really who's in one of these style. We can see like some, you know, mountains and planets in the distance too, which, now that's interesting because there are things that float in the background of the movie, but not like full planets. So this is more in space than it was in the movie, which is more kind of like just above ground at night. And ooh, this is cool. So they even had a power-up sequence at some point where Mario's gonna get a power-up from a block. That did not end up happening in the final movie, and it's even evocative of course, the type of item boxes in the Mario Kart games. Alright, continuing on. This is perhaps the thing that bothers me the most. That is, Megan posted a bunch of Toads to explore different body types for what they might look like. And they continue for the final film. I think there was only one variation, or there was only variation in color and outfit. This is okay. I don't have any major problems with how the movie handled it, but I think it looked good for the movie. But I do kind of wish it had explored a wider type of Toads for the movie. And I don't love all these designs, and again, these were just experimentations, but I do wish we had more variety of this. Like, you know, like more little squat Toads, or Toads with like bigger, slightly deformed not helmets, but hats or whatever, tops of their heads. I like this one in particular. Some really cute designs here. And I wish they had been able to go a little bit farther out there. I mean, why did the Kongs get all the original designs, but the Toads don't get, you know, any beyond, you know, color variants and the old Toad, really? All right, we're gonna continue on. Let's see what else here. And speaking of Toads, or mushrooms rather, Megan got to explore some mushroom designs in the movie, which, again, I mean, there's a decent variety of mushrooms in the film, but they definitely were leaning a little bit more out there for these designs, or a little bit more exotic, I suppose, including, you know, taller mushrooms, thinner mushrooms, thicker mushrooms, different colors. So this is really cool to see, especially for something that's called, you know, the Mushroom Kingdom. Again, there already were a ton of designs in the movie, but it's fun to see the inspiration for where they all came from. And that is it, everyone. So that's it so far. Megan's been posting a ton of concept art. I wouldn't be surprised if there's even more after I post this video. Definitely check out their Twitter account if you haven't already. And apparently go check them out at ECCC. Where you can see them at Artist Alley. Which I don't know when exactly that is. Sounds like it's in the near future, so definitely check it out. But again, I want to thanks to Megan and Travis for posting this amazing concept art of the film. I love the film. They did an amazing job. Their art is what helped make the final film happen, and it's so fun to see where some of those ideas came from, what ideas they explored that didn't make it into the film, and everything else. So, tons of fun. Definitely check them out in the description below. Go give their tweets a like. Otherwise, we're about done here, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I actually am planning a couple more Mario movie videos. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more. I have some really fun ideas for it, I think. So I'm gonna try and finish those up in the near future, get them on the channel. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Click subscribe. Subscribe to us if you want more Mario movie stuff, and we'll catch you later. Bye, everyone.